Isn't it really nice to be back in Lagos, the home of financial services markets and the epicenter of Nigeria's economy? Welcome to Lagos. It was a goodbye yesterday from Abuja, Nigeria's political capital. Now I'm back at home, technically speaking. So let's get the show together. I am boosting number 5. 1 hour of your definitive business programming. Let's start. Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Miu Oshibajo, and the mining minister, among other top government officials, are in Congo, Brazzaville today for the Dangote Cement official commissioning or the opening of a new multi-million-dollar cement facility. This new facility is going to make about the 17th country in Africa where Nigeria born Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, is putting the footprints of his cement. Dangote Cement operates in Ethiopia, Zambia, Tanzania, in West African countries, including Senegal and Ghana as well. Now they're going into the Central African Republic, and Congo Brazzaville is one of the latest footprints of this multi-billion-dollar empire with the footprints all over Africa, but the home is in Nigeria. We expect to hear from the Vice President and everything in there. We're covering that for you, putting our footprint, expanding Nigeria's business footprints to other parts of the continent. Okay, so the National Assembly, let's go to the business of budgeting, is getting a little bit very bumpy. The National Assembly is expected to start tidying up the medium-term expenditure framework, what you call the MTEF, and the fiscal strategy paper, the FSP, today. If they start that today and tomorrow, Friday, and on Monday, but rumblings still remain over the non-appearance, according to the Senate, of the head of the NNPC, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Customs. The Senate Committee reviewing the MTEF and the FSP. Public hearing, they said they are unhappy that those government officials are not appearing and makes their job very difficult in reviewing the MTEF and the fiscal strategy paper, which are the bigger framework for the budget 2018. So on Tuesday, the 28th, we are looking at the National Assembly to start full deliberations on the draft budget 2018 document presented. Those two boxes, remember, that the President handed over to the leadership of both the Senate and the House of Representatives 2 weeks ago. That is expected to happen. Meantime, the legislators are already hinting that President Buhari's administration's target of December 2017 passage, sorry, that's December 2017 passage of the budget may not really hold, and that a new budget by 2018, 1st of January, may not really be a reality. So we're going to discuss the bumpy road to a budget business later in the program today. We got the head of research at Chapel Hill, Denham, Ibrahim, thank you to Ibrahim, to live here in the studio to discuss a number of economic tea leaves and how the market will be playing up some of these conversations that are already in the news. So the business of governance continue next week. On the same day, Tuesday, Senator I beg your pardon, the Honorable Minister, who used to be a senator, Udoma, that's the man in charge of the budget and national planning. So he's moving the Joint Planning Board and the National Council on Development Planning. They're moving to Minna, the Niger State capital, to have a 3-day meeting on the ERGP. Remember what that stands for? The Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. The roadmap to inclusive growth, resilient and competitive economy. And that's what they'll be discussing in Minna, Niger State for 3 days, starting from Tuesday, while the National Assembly will be sitting over the MTEF and the budget in Abuja. So it's going to be a little bit busy over there back in Abuja. Perhaps I'll find my way there if there's a need for me to do so and just mind their business as well. And let's come back to Lagos. This is very interesting. The total value of the global arms market is estimated around $60 billion a year. in the illegal arms trade, or what you call the black market, which is hard to estimate, but the value has been put at about 10 to 20% of the total global arms market value. According to Global Risk Insights, the trade of illegal weaponry has all the characteristics of a typical stock market, with prices rising and falling according to the security climate. In Nigeria, an estimated 3,000 pump-action rifles were seized by the Nigerian Customs Service between January 2017 to date. And that poses a huge burden to regulators in the shipping and maritime sector. So the Nigerian Shippers Council sat together with the Customs Service to explore partnership options to stem the business of illegal arms import into Nigeria. Let's take a listen to the head of the Shippers Council and the chief and the head of the Nigeria Customs Service. Is called a Comptroller General.
First of all, commend the Nigerian Customs generally for having it thought wise to involve critical stakeholders in issue like this. This is not the only time. Many times we have been consulted, and I'm sure all of you have been consulted individually by the Customs to look at these issues. So today we are here with the Comptroller General of Customs. Our role as Shippers Council is, as usual, to bring people together so we can discuss issues affecting the maritime shipping and transportation of industry in Nigeria. I think the more we come together, the more we find solutions. There is wisdom in stakeholder consultation. It's critical, and I think this will give us avenue. And by the time we assemble this year, next year, we'll see that the problems we have is as lessened. No one has solution. The solution will not lie on enforcement alone. It will not lie even on technology alone or the custom of trade or other practices. But all of us, we as stakeholders, we have stake, in what's happening. And if we come together, I'm sure all these things are, we own, the problems, and then we prefer solutions and we'll come to very important conclusions. So without wasting time, let me just hand over to the Comptroller General of Customs for his remarks.
Let me start with the current issue, which is the illegal importation of arms, which has become part of one of the biggest problems we've had in the past,